All right. Welcome, everybody, and welcome to the Intentional Acts of Self-Care Challenge. My name is Mike, and I am just really excited to finally get this thing kicked off, get this thing started. And I kind of felt like I got this intuition to start this. So the benefits of meditation and mindfulness and listening for that message was, how can I help people and how did I get myself unstuck? Because I was feeling stuck. I needed to do something. I needed to bring intention and purpose to my self-care. And I felt like, am I just surviving my days and getting through these days and just getting drained? And this was continuously happening until finally I got this shift. And I just want to share that shift, some of these tools and practices that have helped me. And then there's this group of people now. So as a group of people and being connected with others, I want to be able to share this. I want other people to share their experiences, and we're all learning from each other. And they say, take what you like and leave the rest, right? So my initial preview video talked about how not everything has to be perfect, and that's part of our self-care practice, that I don't have to be a perfectionist, right? I don't have to edit all my videos and create this perfect space, although we are going to talk about creating a space. So we want to create this space, right? This is going to be one of our first challenges. So day one, April Fools, you're on your own, right? Okay, good luck. April Fools. April Fools. I'm here to help, and I'm here anytime if anybody wants to reach out. So let me share a little bit of what we're going to do for our first challenge. So I have this space, I've created this space, and what we really want to do is create this space inside of us. And what happens when we get overwhelmed with things going on around us, that things are cluttered, things are disorganized externally in the environment, and then I start to feel that way internally, right? So I have this space, and this space was not clean and organized. It was cluttered and chaotic and dirty from the winter. I'm actually in my garage, and I have a little space in my garage where I can practice yoga and meditation. And during the winter, it gets cold and things just get thrown down here. So now it's spring, and I can start to open the doors. It's still a little chilly, but we can start to open the doors and we can start to breathe a little bit easier, start to do a little bit of spring cleaning. So in order for me to start my self-care and have that intentional act of self-care, that I have to create this space. And what is my intention and purpose of creating this space? I want to have a space that I can come down to where I can feel like I can breathe. I feel like everything's okay. I'm away from other people that are in the house at the moment if I wanted to. So this is not to say that you have to be in this space to do your self-care things. We're going to practice doing self-care things anywhere and everywhere. But as an initial intentional act of self-care, our first challenge is to find a space somewhere, probably in your house or somewhere where you can go, but probably going to be in your house or wherever you stay, that I can create the space for myself. This is my space. This is my safe space. I can come here, I can breathe, I can get away, and I can just do this self-care act, right? So that's one part of it, right? The second part of it is, well, come on, Mike, that sounds overwhelming. You want me to do some cleaning? Every time I look at this space, it's overwhelming. It's too much. Like, that's why I just keep throwing things in here and throwing things in here, and it's just easy to do that, right? So to actually clean up a space, and it takes a lot of work, you know. And if I have this mindset like this is overwhelming, this is daunting, I don't want to do this, or I find it to be a tedious chore, right? This could be our mindset, right? But with intentional acts of self-care, I want to change that mindset to say, this is the space that I want. This is the space that is going to help me, right? So I'm changing my mindset, and I'm looking at this space as though this is going to be my space. This is going to be my sanctuary. This is my safe space. I want to clean this space. I want to do this for my benefit, for my mental wellness, for my mental health. Like, I want to do this. Forgot to mention, Roger's here with us. Sorry, Roger, because I got so excited. If you never met Roger before, it's been a few years since I've done this type of challenge. And this brings me to having this space that 3 years ago I did this challenge. It was a meditation mindfulness challenge. It was a 30-day challenge similar to this. And I had a space in a yoga studio that I was running. And I had this beautiful space, and I had some friends, Alex and Anthony, and these guys, you know, helped me out a lot and helped me create this space. And I love this space, and it just felt so good. And I created this 30-day challenge in this space. And then I closed that studio down and brought it to my house. And ever since then, I just haven't had that motivation. Like, this isn't the space that I feel comfortable doing this. And so that is where I'm at. Is like, I had to stop making excuses. I had to commit to creating this space. So this is my space, and I wanted to create this space. So what happens is, as the clutter goes away externally, I start to feel better. Everything on the inside starts to clear. Everything starts to let go. We're creating the space inside of us. Maybe we find some old things. We organize some things we've been looking for. You know, things start to feel better, right? So it's not a chore. You know, this is something that we're doing for our mental wellness. Maybe some of these things just need to be thrown away. We don't need these things. We're holding on to things that we don't need physically. You know, I'm also holding on to things that I don't need emotionally, mentally. You know, so the intentional act of getting rid of things and cleaning things up brings that intentional act of the insides start to feel better. They start to open up. So we're creating the space. So challenge number 1, create space. Create a space for yourself. It may not happen today, right? Maybe you have things going on, but can you commit to this? And the sooner that you commit to this, the smoother things are going to start to go, the smoother things are going to start to shift for us. I mentioned in the preview that we need a journal, right? I need to journal these things, and I need to write some things down. I need to get things out on paper. So sometimes our intentional act of self-care is that I'm going to take the time to journal some things out. I'm going to get things out. Maybe I'm going to write a to-do list, right? When I write lists down, things get done because I see it on paper. Create a space, right? So that's what we're going to do. Challenge number 1. Welcome to the challenge. Can you create a space? And then we're going to share these things with everybody else. And I'm going to post a space of before and after and my experiences on this thing. So I want you to try to think about doing the same things. And if you could post how your experience was, right? I'm really excited about this. There's going to be a lot more to come. There's going to be some things, like I said, there's going to be some things that we like, some things that we don't. Some things work for me, may not work for you. We're going to keep an open mind, right? Accept everything and be attached to nothing. I hope everybody has a super day, or, have a super day, or don't. Namaste.